Do these 6 games deserve a nomination for Game of the Year at the Game Awards? The nominees are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth: Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio. So the question is, do these games deserve to be here? Black Myth: Wukong is one of the most popular games of the year among players. It has already sold over 20 million copies, which is several million more than the winner of last year,
Baldur's Gate 3!
The relatively small Chinese studio Game Science, with around 140 employees, created an entertaining action game that faithfully adapts the Chinese mythology of Journey to the West. Black Myth: Wukong has stunning design and engaging gameplay, and despite the unfinished 6th final chapter and occasional criticism, it maintains overall popularity. So this year would not be complete without Wukong. Metaphor ReFantazio is an RPG from the Japanese company Atlus. The game focuses on a deep story, fast-paced turn-based battles, and exploring an immersive world. It also utilizes anime aesthetics, which makes it significantly different from other games. Both critics and players are extremely satisfied with the game, which has only been out for a month. As one of the best RPGs of the year, it most definitely deserves its spot in the nominations. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the second remade installment in the planned trilogy of the original Final Fantasy VII from 1997 by Square Enix. Rebirth is not a 100% remake, but rather a reimagining of the original game. While the core premise remains the same, key moments, gameplay, and character development are altered or enhanced. And again, both critics and players praise these improvements, which is why this Japanese RPG deserves to be nominated alongside Metaphor and Wukong. Astrobot is a fast-paced, fun, and crazy family action adventure by Team Asobi. The game is a tribute to PlayStation and the video game industry. The small white robot made its debut on PlayStation 4 and accompanies players on their gaming adventures. While the game may seem simple, it offers a huge amount of fun in an innovative environment, focusing primarily on player experience, while relegating the story to the background. Astrobot restores the simple joy of playing, and fully deserves its place on this list. Balatro and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree remain. Both games are unconventional contenders for Game of the Year. Balatro is a roguelike deck-building game that creatively integrates poker principles into its gameplay. What sets Balatro apart from other games is its size. In a world where best games are typically created by dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of people, Balatro was developed by just one person, Local Funk. Despite this, Balatro achieves remarkable quality in its addictive gameplay and clever game design. Can a small indie game truly compete with large studios and games that cost millions to develop? Absolutely yes, especially in a year when so many AAA games have utterly failed. The amount of work that one person has managed compared to the giant studios should be properly rewarded. Not only is the game fantastic in itself and widely appreciated, but it also proves again that passion for the craft is more important than million-dollar budgets and big names. The most controversial of all, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. DLC. Does a DLC deserve a nomination for Game of the Year? Opinions are divided, and very much so. One side praises Erd Tree as an expensive masterpiece that offers a new gigantic map, unique designs, and fun new mechanics. According to many, this DLC is a full gaming experience. On the other hand, some argue that this DLC wouldn't have been as successful if it didn't capitalize on the fame and success of the original game. The quality of Erd Tree is undeniable, but the question remains whether games like Silent Hill 2, Animal Well, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Stellar Blade, Tekken 8, Space Marine 2, or others should have been in this place instead. They should have. DLC is an additional content for an already existing game. Nominating a game expansion that extends the original game is like re-awarding Elden Ring, and that feels off. What was one of the most popular games has now become one of the most controversial nominations. Was it worth it? Who are your favorites, and do you agree with this outcome?